Here at Witchy Incorporated, we're proud of our humble beginnings, growing from a simple brick and mortar storefront into something greater. With the completion of our new headquarters and factory facility, Witchy Inc. will be back bigger and better than ever. Using only locally sourced goods and handcrafted artisan materials, we plan on providing only the highest quality products and services to the community. Witchy Incorporated, here for the people. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode here on the Mad Miners SMP with me, Sophie. We're here up on the 4th floor of our factory building. I hope you enjoyed the little PSA there at the beginning of the episode from our corporate sponsors. I have all of our farms broken down by 4 floors here. On the first floor, we're going to be doing big and small flowers, sugarcane, bamboo, wool, cactus, sea pickles, and cocoa beans. On the second floor, we're going to have our lava farm for our super smelter that we're going to be building. We're going to have our bee farm, and then we're going to have another fungus and wood farm. Second floor doesn't have that many farms because obviously we're going to have our area over here. That's going to have our super smelter in it. Up here, or not up here, but on the third floor, we're going to have a cobble generator, a stone generator, and a basalt generator. This floor also doesn't have that many farms on it because it has our large storage system that will be taking up a majority of the one side of the building on the second and the third floor. So they're a little light on farms. And then up here on the 4th floor, we're going to do crop farms, melon and pumpkin farms, an egg farm, and a cooked chicken farm, and then a cow bank. I normally don't actually do a cow farm. Silent Whisper put out a really nice video a while ago about the benefits or the drawbacks to doing an actual redstone cow farm, and it literally makes no sense. I mean, it's good for the flex, I guess. If you want to, flex on people, you can build an actual cow farm with redstone. I'm just gonna literally build a big area or a big room up here that's going to be my cow bank, and it's just going to be a big pen with a ton of cows in it, because that literally gets you the same amount of beef, the same amount of leather as doing like a fancy schmancy redstone cow farm. A lot of the farms that I do are a little more on the simple side, which is kind of going to lead into the theme of today's video. So the title of this week's episode is an acronym. It's K.I.S.S, or Keep It Simple, Stupid. It's something I learned a long time ago at one of my first jobs. And what we're going to do is we're going to just start off with 2 simple farms this week. We're going to be making our Cactus Farm over on the other side of the factory, and then we're going to be putting a sugarcane factory, or a sugarcane farm rather, on this side. But the sugarcane farm is going to be manual. And then the cactus farm, which we'll talk more about once we get to it, is going to rely solely on Minecraft mechanics. I hope you folks really like this new factory building that we've built up here and are excited to see what we're going to be doing in the future. We're going to get that sugarcane farm built, and I will be right back and we'll talk about it. Okay, so it's about an hour or so later, and you can see it in there through the windows. Our sugarcane farm is all done. It is manual, it's completely manual. It's 2 layers, as you can tell, and it gets me about 6 to 8 stacks of sugarcane. You'll notice I have stairs in here. A lot of folks will use half slabs and then put water underneath the half slabs, or they will put a half slab and then water and then a trap door above it. But I found if I use stairs, it's just as easy, and it takes a little less resource, or it probably takes about the same amount of resources. But yeah, I'm pretty proud of how this turned out. I love that you can see it through the windows. It is a pretty big farm, but you do still have access to all the doors. in order for sugarcane to grow to its maximum potential, and that's not necessarily in 3 blocks tall because it'll always grow that height. But if you want it to grow faster or you want to make sure that it grows all the time, even at night, you need to make sure that the sugarcane is in light level 7 or higher. So I've got shroom lights up there underneath the decorative dark oak and birch trapdoors. And then over here is our next project. Right now it's just an outline, but here in a blink of an eye for you guys and probably a couple hours of work for me, it's going to turn into a big hole in the ground. It's not going to be a huge hole in the ground. It's not going to be like a gigantic, we'll say medium. It's going to be a medium size hole in the ground. Yeah, we'll settle on medium. It's going to be a medium size hole in the ground. It's going to be our cactus farm. And once it's all put up and together, we'll talk about the mechanics behind it and how I put it together. And yeah, I'll be right back with you folks. Okay, as promised, about an hour and a half since I showed you the sugarcane farm and the outline for where the cactus farm was going to go. And now we do have a pretty sizable hole here with some smooth sandstone, some cut sandstone, and some glowstone for lighting. This is going to be where the cactus farm is going to go. As we continue to get things rolling, I'm going to get the rest of the cactus farm set up, and once it's set up and ready to go, I'll bring you folks back in and we'll talk a little bit about cactus mechanics and how the farm works, and we'll just keep the simple farm tour of this video rolling. All right, so the cactus farm is all done, as you can see here. It just uses water source blocks and the basic mechanics of cactus to get us more cactus resources for green dye or bone meal. When a cactus grows up from its base 1 block to the second block, if there's anything next to that block, it will immediately pop off when it grows up. And if you have water collection down underneath it, it will slowly flow down and into a collection chest. I have a set of hoppers and a chest down there underneath the murky swampy waters. Because of the way I do it with the slabs, there can be some loss if a cactus entity lands on top of it or a cactus item lands on top of it. It'll just sit there and then despawn. So it's not 100% lossless, but I'd say it's about 95 to 99% lossless, which is pretty good. But I'm really glad with how well this farm runs. It gets me about 2 stacks of cactus in about an hour. Unfortunately, it's based on random tick speed, and it's not 100% lossless. But yeah, I'm stoked on it. It'll get me tons of green dye and tons of bone meal eventually in the future. And I think to round out this episode, what we're going to do is we're going to go up onto the second floor and set up our super smelter. So once I'm up there and have all the resources gathered, we'll build that real quick. Okay, so I figured to end today's episode, to keep kind of with the theme a little bit, because it was keeping it simple stupid, or keeping it simple silly, depending on how you feel about the word stupid. I figured we would throw in a different type of SS, which is super smelter. This design that I'm going to do isn't really necessarily based on a specific tutorial or on any one sort of design. It's just sort of one that I threw together, and it's based on a few different people. Cub fan, I watched him build his super smelter last season on season 7, or I guess last season now, season 7 of Hermitcraft, and I really liked that a lot. And I kind of took that and tried to tweak it a little bit so it would work on Bedrock. So it's going to go here. I've got it all laid out in wool. And rather than try and stutter and stammer my way through while I'm actually building it, I'm just going to blink real quick and it'll be here, and then we'll talk once it's together. All right, so here it is. In the blink of an eye, like I said, the super smelter. It's a 16 furnace array. I did just go with normal furnaces instead of blast furnaces. This way we're able to do more than just ores in it. We can do other things like large orders of glass and things along those lines that we may need larger quantities of stuff. I do only have the double chest at the moment that it's feeding into. If I need more storage added onto after that, I'll add a few more hoppers and I'll just kind of dig into the floor a little bit, because right underneath this is our Cactus Farm. But now that we've got it all set up, go give it a whirl. Got it all filled up with lava buckets and sand, and we're gonna let it go crazy. So with this design, the hopper mine carts fly underneath the chests, pick up the fuel and the items that need to be smelted, and then they get flung back down the track along the line. And then in the back, I have a little access hatch. If we come back here, you can kind of see it. We've got this redstone block that's powering some powered rails here and up here. And what happens is as the minecarts come down, they get bounced back to the beginning because of these powered rails. And then this block is powering both sets of rails, this set and that set. And I have the same kind of setup up here with another redstone block and 2 powered rails there. And the reason why that's there, because obviously these redstone lamps are also powering powered rails right there. The issue is if you don't have that powered rail right there where this redstone block is, when they're coming back, sometimes they won't make it all the way back to where the hopper minecart section, or I'm sorry, where the chests are, where the hopper minecart goes to pick up more stuff. So there are a few different ways that you can configure this to make it work for you. This is just the design that I've kind of amalgamated between like watching Pixel Riffs and Cubfan and a bunch of other Minecraft YouTubers. So this is my design here, but it looks like we're having issues. This could also be because we don't have quite enough lava buckets yet. So in the near future, we're going to be needing to build an iron farm because we're going to need lots of lava buckets, and we're going to need lots of fuel. So the lava collection room's going to be up here, and then the iron farm is actually going to be in its own separate building behind the factory. But we'll get to that in the future. I just wanted to take a couple of seconds and thank everyone for checking out this video and checking out my videos in general. The last video, or not the last video, but my second video that I put out for season 2, I checked the analytics to get a little technical on you, and 36% of people aren't subscribed to the channel, whereas 64% of folks are. And I just want to thank everyone for checking out my videos, whether you're subscribed to the channel or not. I appreciate you all immensely. But it really means a lot to me, the dedicated little viewer fan base community that I have. That 64%, I only have 62 subscribers right now. So the fact that 64% of those 62 people are actually watching my video, it really means a lot. And I genuinely appreciate you folks. I appreciate anyone that checks out my videos. It really means a lot to me. But when I checked those analytics and I saw that, it really warmed my heart a little bit, because it really kind of helps me to continue plugging along, knowing that the ones that are subscribing really do want to see what I'm doing or see what other folks are doing here on our server. And that just ultimately is my goal, this channel. I just want to build an inclusive, wholesome Minecraft community. where people can just build and be themselves and not have to worry about just things in general. But I'm rambling now. Again, I really hope that you folks enjoyed this video. If you did, it would really mean a lot to me if you'd leave a like. If you want to see more stuff like this, or just see any of my awkward shenanigans, consider subscribing. If you have any comments, leave them down below. And either way, I hope y'all have a wonderful day and a beautiful tomorrow, and we'll see you in the next video, folks.